Hey, what's up guys, TotallyDubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Philips 275C5QHAW. That's quite a mouthful. This is an IPS LED display that's at 27 inch. It's a 1080p display that runs at 60 Hz. It's got 14 millisecond response time. It can be boosted down to 5 milliseconds. More on that in a little bit. And on top of that, it's got Bluetooth functionality, and I will expand on that as well. To buy this monitor, you can find it on Amazon.co.uk. It's about £280, and that's the price I'll be reviewing at. Link will be in the description below, and so will the specifications. So first of all, the build quality. How is the build quality for the given price range? So I was not a big fan of the build quality for several reasons. So first of all, I don't really like the look of it. I mean, it's a white look. It's nice to have a different sort of looking monitor apart from the normal black or grey monitors that you usually receive. But the white monitor does stand out. However, it stands out for the wrong reasons, and that's due to its plastic finish. Its plastic finish looks quite cheap and kind of reminds me of being in a hospital. As weird as that sounds, I just don't really like the build quality. It's plastic, it's cheap plastic, and it just doesn't look good. On top of that, this is even more evident when I switch around the monitor, as in the back side of the monitor. It looks even worse in that respect. It just doesn't look good at all. As you can see over here, it's got this plastic finish, which you can even hear. And it's got this weird look to it that kind of reminds you of a solar panel. Now, in terms of the connections, you've got 3 HDMIs, which is brilliant. You've got also mobile connection if you wish to use it. You've got VGA, but you've got no DVI or DisplayPort. You've got a audio in and out, and you've got the power cable. A little note on the power cable, just a little minor complaint. This cable is really short to the power brick, therefore it means that this power brick probably has to stay on your desk. The cable that is provided in terms of the power cable is very long, but I don't see why this is short and that is long, where normally it's the opposite way. I've seen it on 2 other monitors and completely forgot to mention it, but this time I'm going to mention it because it really doesn't look good, and it's not something I like to have on my desk. I'd rather have that on the floor or somewhere that I don't see it, because it's something I don't need and produces quite a lot of heat. Anyway, continuing on with the build quality and the overall design of it, it's got very thin bezels on the side and the top, which is very nice. In fact, my mum said it doesn't look like a Mac monitor, and I can understand that due to the white look and these thin bezels, and it does look nice. The thin bezels are a nice addition, as it kind of projects the screen more. Now, I didn't really like the on-screen display, neither did I like the touch buttons. The touch buttons are located on the right-hand side, and they felt a bit slow to me, a little slow to respond, and it's just a little bit annoying, especially when you have to do a lot of settings. I don't see loads of people using the on-screen display quite a lot, but in case you did, it's just not, it's not something that's, I don't know, very easy to use. In terms of how responsive it is and how easy it is to use, just to press it on and just do your things that you want to do. Now, the on-screen display has got a lot of options. In fact, I'll just scroll through a few of these. So first of all, you have got the color. So I've put it on sRGB. That's the best I got out of it when I was testing in terms of colors. You got Bluetooth, you can turn it on and off, and this can be also turned on and off via the dedicated Bluetooth button it's got. It's on the left hand side. And then you've got on audio settings, you've got quite a lot. And obviously this comes after having a speaker at the bottom. So the audio settings, you've got quite a few things. You've got EQ, incredible sound, SRS WOW HD, and you've got treble and bass. Now treble and bass, it seems as obviously as it is, but when you have SRS WOW HD on, or incredible surround, then it disables the bass and treble. So it's just something I saw and noted when I was doing my audio tests, and I'm actually going to try and demonstrate the incredible surround versus the SRS WOW, for example. So I'm going to turn it off for starters, and I'm going to turn on SRS WOW, and then I'm also going to turn off the Bluetooth so that I can show you some music. So as you can see, you get a little notification when you turn off Bluetooth. It stays there for a while, as any device does, and after a couple of seconds it turns off. So right now I'm connected via HDMI to my graphics card, and therefore via my default audio I've got it selected there, and now you can hear it coming from the monitor. It's over here. So now I'm going to change the audio settings. So as you were able to hear, there was different settings there, the treble on and the bass on, definitely added a little bit more, but to me the incredible surround had the best sound, and by that I mean it gave a nice overall surround sound, not surround sound, but a nice filling of a room type sound. It is very loud, the speakers do go very, very loud, and I hardly have it at max volume. In fact, I think it's about 50% volume, and that's very loud to me. So the speakers are decent, but again, they're not great. I really wouldn't rely on them. It's not something I would actively recommend, but it's much better than other monitor speakers that you'll find out there. So now the Bluetooth connectivity. Now the Bluetooth connectivity is very simple. If I played music on it and then activated Bluetooth, what it would do is it would have the music keep running, but then obviously you won't hear it. So I'm just going to play music on the PC, then activate Bluetooth, which is going to connect to my Galaxy Note 2. And there you go, now it's connected up to my phone. The music is still playing in the background on my PC, but now I'm going to play it via my phone. So the sound is decent, but you do lose a little bit of sound quality over Bluetooth. That's what I found, at least. And in terms of the range, it was sensational. The range was about 15 meters through 3 different walls. So the range of the Bluetooth on the monitor is very good. I was very much impressed with that. Sound quality wise, as I said, not so great, and you do still get the options in terms of customizing how the sound is, but to me it wasn't good enough in terms of saying, yeah, the sound quality was brilliant, you know, I would recommend it using over speakers. You know, I really wouldn't. I would still prefer even a cheap £15–20 Bluetooth speaker. It still sounds better than the Bluetooth speaker on this monitor. So unfortunately, in terms of sound quality department, I was not too impressed, and unfortunately wouldn't really recommend it in terms of that. So now I'm going to switch off Bluetooth and then talk about the panel itself and its response time. So first of all, it's panel. Now the panel is an IPS display, and therefore I expect a lot of things for an IPS display. Excellent colors, good viewing angles, and all that jazz. Unfortunately, this was not the case with the Philips. The colors just felt a little bit dull and a little bit washed out. The colors just weren't there. Whatever I was doing, it just didn't look too good. It is decent, don't get me wrong, but when I compared it to other IPS or PLS displays, and even some good TN displays I've previously reviewed, I felt that this one was really lacking. It was mainly because of its washed out colors. That's the biggest flaw that it had. Now, in terms of its response time, obviously it's got 14 milliseconds response time, and you can really feel the 14 milliseconds response time. This is right now with none of the smart controls on. You can even see the ghosting that's happening right there. Well, might not be able to see it via the camera, but it's not great for gaming, and I did realize quite a bit of lag when it came to gaming. Now, when I went and enabled in the menu the smart response, which is found over here, if I can get to it via this touch control menu, there we go, and went into fastest and pressed OK, the response time had greatly improved, but now I could see ghosting, quite a lot of ghosting happening. You probably can't see it again because of the camera, but there's quite a lot of ghosting that's happening just at the trail of the mouse. It's maybe hard to see on the camera, but it's definitely there, present at the naked eye. And it's just something that I just thought, yes, I am at 5 milliseconds now, but I do have quite a bit of ghosting, so it's a little bit of a catch-22. You can't win on either way. So in terms of that, bit disappointing in terms of the panel and in terms of response time. I just wasn't too impressed. So overall, to be honest, this monitor was not really a good monitor to me in any sort of respect. The Bluetooth was good, but the sound wasn't that great. The sound via the speaker itself was nice, but it just didn't have that sort of feeling that you'd want from any sort of speaker. The panel itself is a bit washed out with the colours which aren't that accurate, and then the response time is pretty horrible. You can completely forget it in terms of gaming. The looks of it as well isn't that great, with its build quality of its stand being quite weak and its touch controls being just quite annoying to use. On top of that, it doesn't even have DVI input nor a display port, and I don't understand why there's 3 HDMI ports there. I don't see why you would need 3, at least have a DVI port there instead. So don't quite understand that either. And then just to add to all of this, you've got this short power brick construction, design, sorry, which I really don't rate at all. So overall, it's a huge thumbs down from me, guys. I really can't recommend this for any sort of respect. There's no real thing that I can think that's really positive about this monitor. Even its price at £280 is quite expensive. You can find excellent TN displays that do a brilliant job. You can forget the speaker in that respect, and you can have a brilliant monitor for about £100 to £150. Get yourself a cheap Bluetooth speaker and you'll be done. I initially thought that this monitor could connect the other way around. So in other words, let's say I had music playing on the PC and I wanted to connect that via Bluetooth to my device, so my given device, and in this respect it would be a speaker, say a Bluetooth speaker, then that would have been really cool. So I'm thinking of the other way around rather than the way that Philips were thinking. I was just thinking a monitor without a speaker but has Bluetooth functionality, and therefore you can output the sound via Bluetooth to a speaker. That would be excellent, and that would really, to be honest, be something that would be very interesting to review. And unfortunately, this just wasn't it. Connecting up to your speaker, to your monitor is fine, but I can't see why people would really connect up to a speaker that's, well, half decent, and on top of that isn't really mobile at all. You know, a small speaker for £15–20 is much more portable and sounds a lot better. So overall, guys, this has been an honest review of this Philips monitor. If you've liked the review, make sure you give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more honest reviews. And on top of that, favourite and share, as it always helps. More than anything, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the review or what you think of the monitor itself. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye bye.